Today's story is called My Girlfriend Went Clubbing Instead of Taking Me to the Hospital. My girlfriend stood in the doorway with one heel in her hand, makeup half done, and said, "Babe, you're being dramatic. It's just stomach pain. I already promised the girls we'd go out." 20 minutes later, I was in an ambulance with a ruptured appendix, and her location still said, Downtown Club. This is the story of how my girlfriend chose shots and selfies over taking me to the hospital, and then tried to convince everyone I was exaggerating. As you listen, let me know in the comments, what's the one thing your partner could do that you'd never forgive? I'm a 27-year-old guy, and up until a few months ago I thought my girlfriend Lena, 25F, was just a little extra, not dangerous. We'd been together for almost 2 years. Lena is one of those people who always has a thing going on. Girls' trips, birthday weeks, not days, weeks, brunches with bottomless mimosas, theme nights out. She loves attention, loves parties, and loves posting everything. I'm more low-key. I like hanging out, playing games, watching movies, going out sometimes, but I don't need a ring light and a caption for every moment. It worked for a while because we balanced each other out, or at least that's what I told myself. Then my appendix tried to kill me. It was a Friday. I remember because Lena had a girls' night planned at this new club downtown. She'd been talking about it all week. At around 5 p.m. I started feeling weird. A pressure in my lower right side, like a cramp that wouldn't go away. I thought maybe I'd eaten something bad. I took some antacids, drank water, and tried to brush it off. By 7 p.m., Lena was in full glam mode. Hair done, fake lashes, sparkly dress laid out. I was curled up on the couch, holding my side. "You okay?" she asked, half looking at me, half at her phone. "I don't know. My stomach really hurts. It's getting worse." She walked over and lightly poked my side. I groaned. "Ow, don't do that." She rolled her eyes. "You're such a baby. You probably just have gas." I stood up to go to the bathroom and almost doubled over from the pain. That's when I started to get scared. "Lena, seriously, this isn't normal. It's right here." I pressed my fingers into the spot. "It feels like something is tearing. So go to urgent care tomorrow," she said, turning back to the mirror. "I can't cancel on the girls last minute. I'm literally the one who got us on the guest list." I grabbed my phone and Googled sharp pain lower right abdomen. Of course, every result screamed either you're fine or you're dying. Appendicitis. Appendix rupture. Emergency. "Lena, can you take me to the ER? Just to be safe." She froze, eyeliner pencil in hand. "Now." "Yes, now. It's getting worse by the minute." She sighed like I'd asked her to move a couch by herself. "I've been getting ready for an hour. The Uber is literally on the way. Can you not do this right now?" "I'm not doing anything. My body is doing something." Silence for a moment. Then, "How about this?" she said. "I'll call you an Uber to the ER, and I'll come after we hit one spot. If it's serious, I'll leave early." "Okay. Compromise." I stared at her. "You want to go clubbing while I check if my appendix is exploding? Oh my God, don't say it like that. You're freaking me out. It's probably nothing. You worry too much." Pain shot through me. I could barely stand upright. "Please, just take me." She looked at me, then at the clock, then at her phone lighting up with a group chat. Girls kiss mark fire. I'll never forget what she said next. "Babe, if it was that serious, you'd already be on the floor. You're talking, you're standing. You're fine. Don't ruin the night." I tried to breathe through the pain to rationalize. Maybe it really was gas. Maybe I was overreacting. But then I tried to walk to our bedroom to grab a hoodie, and the pain was so sharp I had to lean on the wall. My vision blurred for a second. My knees almost buckled. That's when I knew something was very wrong. "Lena, I'm calling an ambulance," I said, struggling to stay upright. "I don't think I can sit in an Uber like this." She scoffed. "Seriously? An ambulance? Do you know how expensive that is? For a stomach ache. It's not a stomach ache, I hissed. I feel like I'm being stabbed. She folded her arms, half in her dress, half still in a t-shirt. You get dramatic when you're sick. Remember when you had a cold and thought it was pneumonia? I had a fever of 103, and the doctor literally said it was close to pneumonia. She waved a hand. Whatever. Look, I will stay if you really need me to, but you have to admit you're making it a bigger deal than it is. I stared at her, sweating, shaking, trying not to throw up, and for one stupid second I doubted myself. Was I being dramatic? Was I ruining her night for nothing? Then another bolt of pain hit so hard I dropped to my knees. I started to cry, not from emotion but from sheer blinding agony. And I heard her say, almost annoyed, "Okay, now you're freaking me out." I dialed 911 with shaking hands. The operator's calm voice grounded me enough to explain where the pain was, how long it had been, how quickly it was worsening. They told me to lie down, to stay still, that an ambulance was on the way. Lena hovered in the doorway, mascara wand in hand. "You're really calling 911? "Yes," I gasped. "They think it might be appendicitis." Her face went pale for a second, then flushed with annoyance. "Fine. I'll text the girls and tell them I might be late." When the paramedics arrived, they checked my vitals, pressed, very gently, on my abdomen, and exchanged a look that scared me more than anything else. "We're taking you in," one of them said. "You did the right thing calling." As they loaded me onto the stretcher, I looked at Lena. "Are you coming?" She bit her lip. I need to change back. I can't go in this. I'll meet you there, okay?" The doors closed. On the way to the hospital, all I could think was, "She'll come. She's just in shock. She'll follow right behind us." I was wrong. The ER, things moved fast. Blood work, scans, morphine, a blur of doctors and nurses. Diagnosis: acute appendicitis, dangerously close to rupturing. They prepped me for emergency surgery. My phone was in my pocket. I texted Lena between waves of nausea. "Me? It's appendicitis. Going into surgery soon. Where are you?" No answer. 10 minutes later. "Me? They say it's good I came now. Can you tell my mom what's going on? My hands are shaking." Read. No reply. I went under anesthesia with my last thought being, she's scared. She'll be there when I wake up. When I came to, everything hurt, but in a dull, distant post-surgery way. I blinked at the ceiling, then turned my head, expecting to see Lena in a chair by the bed. Instead, I saw my mom, my sister, and an empty chair. "Hey, baby," my mom said, brushing my hair back. "You scared the hell out of us. Where's Lena?" I croaked. My sister's jaw clenched. She flipped my phone screen toward me. Lena's Instagram story was playing. Neon lights. Packed dance floor. Lena and her friends doing shots. Caption: "Sometimes you just need a girls' night, woman dancing sparkles." Timestamp: 12:14 a.m. I'd gone into surgery around 11. I felt like I'd been punched in the chest. "She didn't come?" I whispered. My mom shook her head. "We found out because the hospital called me as your emergency contact. We've been here since they took you in. Lena never showed." Lena finally texted me at 9 a.m. the next morning. "Lena, OMG babe, I just saw your messages. I'm so sorry my phone died last night. Are you okay?" I stared at the screen. "Phone died?" "Sure. The same phone that had been used to post a dozen stories throughout the night." I replied. "Me. They took my appendix out. Emergency surgery. My mom and sister were here. You weren't." Typing. "Lena. Babe, I freaked out when they took you. I didn't know what to do. The girls dragged me out to distract me. I thought you'd be fine. I'm so sorry. I was drunk. I didn't know what was happening. I love you. Please don't be mad." A nurse walked in to check my for. "Everything okay?" she asked. I swallowed. "My girlfriend went clubbing while I was in surgery. Is that normal?" She winced. "I've seen a lot in this place. That's not great." When I got home a few days later, stitched up and exhausted, Lena was waiting outside my apartment with flowers. She rushed to me, eyes wide and glossy. "I'm so sorry. I was scared. I didn't know how to handle it. I thought I'd just go out for a bit to calm down, and then everything happened so fast." "You had 8 hours to sober up and come," I said quietly. "You posted stories the whole night." She flushed. "I didn't want to scare everyone by saying my boyfriend was in surgery. I was just trying to act normal. I made a mistake. A big mistake. But you're okay. That's what matters." I stared at her. I could have died. She looked offended. "Don't be dramatic. The doctor said they got it in time. Because I called 911. Not you. You wanted me to walk it off, so you wouldn't miss bottle service." Her eyes flashed. "Okay, that's not fair. You always act like I don't care about you." "I do. I just handle stress differently." I shut down. I needed a distraction. I was too tired to fight, so I told her I needed space. That's when the real fun started. Over the next week, I found out Lena had already started telling her version of the story. From mutual friends. She said you were being overdramatic about a stomach ache. She told us you were stable and that your mom was there, so there was no reason for her to rush. She said you get anxious and blow things out of proportion. From her best friend. "Lena feels awful, you know? She says you're punishing her for one mistake. Everybody copes with fear differently." From her cousin. She said you called an ambulance over nothing and made her feel guilty the whole night without even being in danger. Over nothing. I sent them screenshots of my hospital summary. Diagnosis: acute appendicitis. Procedure: laparoscopic appendectomy. Doctor's note: patient presented with severe right lower quadrant pain, potentially life-threatening if left untreated. Some backed off. Some didn't. One of Lena's friends even said, "Okay, but you did call 911 yourself. That kind of proves you're dramatic." I didn't know whether to laugh or cry. The last straw wasn't the club or the spin, or even the fact she never apologized without immediately defending herself. It was what she said to my mom. I found out a week later. My mom had dropped off some soup at my place while I was napping. They ran into each other in the parking lot. Later that night, my mom called me. "I had a talk with Lena," she said carefully. "Oh." She said something that really bothered me. She said, "I know it looked bad, but he always exaggerates when he's sick. If it had been serious, I never would have gone out." I went quiet. "Mom, the doctor literally said it could have burst if I'd waited." "I know," she said. "I was there when he said it. That's why I told her. Serious or not, my son needed you, and you chose to party instead." What did she say? My mom sighed. She said, "Well, I'm not his nurse. He had you. That was it. I could forgive panic. I could maybe forgive bad judgment. But I couldn't forgive someone who genuinely believed she had no responsibility to show up when her partner was in the hospital." I asked Lena to come over. She arrived in sweatpants, no makeup, trying to look real and vulnerable. "Are we okay?" she asked, sitting on the edge of my couch. "No," I said. "We're not." I told her calmly that I understood people cope with stress differently. But going clubbing while your boyfriend is in emergency surgery is not coping. It's avoidance. And telling people I was being dramatic made it worse. She started to cry. "So you're breaking up with me because I went out one night?" "I'm breaking up with you because when I was scared and in pain, you treated me like an inconvenience." "That's so unfair," she snapped. "You're letting one mistake erase 2 years together." It wasn't one mistake. It was a choice, and then another choice, and then the choice to lie about it. Everyone makes bad choices sometimes. Most people don't make them while their partner is in surgery. She stood up. "Fine. Enjoy being a martyr. Don't come crawling back when you realize you overreacted. I'd rather be alone than with someone who thinks my pain is bad timing." She slammed the door on her way out. In the weeks that followed, the friend group split. Some people silently drifted toward my side, especially the ones who'd had their own health scares. A couple of Lena's loyalists blocked me or unfollowed. I didn't chase them. Lena posted a long story about losing herself in a relationship with someone who needed constant caretaking and choosing herself for once. Someone sent it to me. I muted her after that. On the bright side, my recovery went well. I went back to work. I started therapy to untangle why I'd ignored so many smaller red flags before this giant one. My therapist asked me, if a friend told you this story, would you tell them they overreacted by breaking up? I said no. She smiled. Then why do you think you're overreacting? Good question. Looking back, the signs were there from the beginning. When I got the flu our first winter together, she brought me soup once, then complained I was killing the vibe by staying in. When her own friend sprained her ankle, Lena posted pictures with her but disappeared when the friend needed a ride to a follow-up appointment. She treated other people's discomfort as background noise to her main character energy. I just never thought that other people would include me in a life or death moment. I'm not saying she's evil. I think she's selfish, conflict avoidant, and addicted to distraction. But I also know this. I don't want to be with someone who needs a doctor's note to care about me. So what do you think? Would you have stayed with Lena if she'd apologized properly? Is going clubbing while your partner is in emergency surgery a deal breaker for you? Tell me in the comments whose side you're on. If you enjoyed this story and want more long Reddit-style relationship drama, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next one.